In our last 4 sessions, we've been discussing a letter from a woman who asked why women are better at loving than men. I suggested that it's more important to look at how both men and women don't love unconditionally very well. They both trade imitation love, but they simply use different forms of it. Now, back to the writer of the letter. So it's true that women have been trained from childhood to pay more attention to the feelings of others and spontaneously do helpful things for other people. As they do this, they do appear to be more loving than men. But, as we saw in the case of Charlene and Carl, what appears to be a loving act on the surface is often just a manipulation. How can we tell the difference? If someone is being manipulative and they get what they want, you can't tell the difference between loving and manipulation because the person involved is happy and all is well. If, however, someone offers a supposedly loving act and the recipient rewards the giver with nothing, no gratitude, no recognition, no return gift, nothing, and the giver is disappointed or irritated, then we learn that the loving act wasn't loving at all. It was a manipulation intended to evoke a reward for the giver. We saw this to be the case with Charlene in an earlier session in this series. She thought she was being loving toward Carl, but when he didn't respond with the supposed love she expected, she was annoyed, thereby proving that Charlene was not unconditionally loving Carl in the first place. Charlene, however, appeared more loving than Carl. Why? Because her favorite form of imitation love was acceptance and praise, and her accustomed way to earn it was to do nice things for him, to inquire after his welfare, to be gracious and tender toward him. Through these behaviors and attitudes, she earned both his approval and the approval of others. She looked loving. Carl's imitation love of choice was power. He preferred simply to influence the behavior of people with the force of his personality and with anger and persuasion. Compared to Charlene's approach, Carl appeared to be less loving. The truth, however, was that neither of them was being unconditionally loving, and that Charlene chose a manipulation that simply had a more loving veneer or appearance. In great part, that is why women appear to be more loving than men. Not to say, however, that they are not truly more loving to some small extent. Rather than focusing on the differences between men and women, we need to recognize that we all need to feel unconditionally loved. And we can accomplish that only as we stop trying to earn the praise, power, pleasure, approval, and safety we obsessively seek from other people. We must make a conscious decision to find real love rather than trying to do what other people want for the purpose of getting them to like us. We need to tell the truth about ourselves, our mistakes, flaws, and fears, and create opportunities for other people to see us clearly and accept us unconditionally. As we do that, we'll find that both men and women have an enormous capacity to love each other and experience genuine happiness.